Sharp Game here, coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com. Friends. How many people have them? How do you know if you have a true friend? How do you recognize if you have a true friend? That's what I want to talk about today. How many friends do you have around? How many people do you have around that really like you, accept you for being the person that you are? How many people you have around you that if everything was taken away, would they still be around? What about if you lost your job? What about if you didn't have a car? What about if you couldn't do something for them? If there wasn't no reward? What about if the agenda that they have couldn't be met by you anymore? Would they stay? Or would they go? How many people do you have around you that just like having a good time, and when the good times end, they're gone? How do you really recognize a true friend? You know, back in the day, like 2001, I was hanging around a lot of people that they weren't the best people to be with in the world and spend most of my time with. And I was always the life of the party, so to speak. I could always gather a bunch of people and bring them all together under the same roof, which that's an acquired skill all by itself. But everyone mostly got along. Everyone could relate to each other on some type of level. However, when something tragic might have happened to me, half those people were gone. A lot of those people didn't stick around, because when you're on that high or when you're having a good time, life still keeps moving forward. And no one's immune to circumstances and things that happen to them along the way in life. And a lot of those people that I used to hang with back 15 years ago, I don't hang with them anymore. I don't talk to them anymore. I don't contact them anymore. Of course, some of them tried to reconnect once they saw that I was, recovered or doing much better than I was back then. But I don't let them back in my circle anymore, because I've evolved since then. I've learned better. I've learned how to filter through people. And this comes with experience. No one can really teach you how to filter through people, because it's based on your standards, your way of living, your expectations of yourself. And what other people think about me doesn't really matter. Because when I wake up in the morning and look in the mirror, I see me. So I got to live life for me. I got to make decisions that's best for me. Because if I don't feel good about myself, I'm not going to be any use for anybody else. So see, some people will say, well, I live for my wife, I live for my kids, I live for my parents. But that doesn't make any sense, because you can't please everybody, first of all. And second of all, you're going to spread yourself too thin. And you're probably going to burn out, because you can't please everybody all at the same time. So in the end, you're going to end up being unhappy. And a lot of people have been conditioned to be that way. So what you have to do, what you should do, is find a way to be happy with yourself first. Then you can start inviting other people in your life. Because if you're not happy with yourself first, it's going to be almost impossible to have any type of healthy or successful relationship with anybody. So, with that being said, in order to recognize a real friend, most of the time, you don't really have to do anything to be around friends, true friends. Because a lot of people feel like when they get around their friends, they have to be going somewhere, or just have to be doing some shit all the time. If people come over their house, they feel like they gotta go above and beyond the call of duty. Those aren't real friends. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't ever go above the call of duty. Maybe it's a celebration or graduation, or maybe you got a promotion, or maybe you just started some business, or maybe you achieve some type of goal or whatever. So yeah, that's special occasions. That's cool. But if you find yourself doing that on every occasion, you feeling like you have to be doing that stuff around certain people, they're not your friend. You need to start a new circle of people. And if you can't get comfortable with being around certain people, you shouldn't be there, because everything should be natural. You shouldn't have to try to be in a certain place, try to be around certain people. You shouldn't have to try to fit in. Everything should be natural. This is why most people hate their jobs, because the mindset is they're trying to fit in. They're trying to fit into something that they know they don't like, or they know they won't like. So they'll be like, okay, I'll try and fit in because I want to get paid. Because they either never took the time to learn how to acquire some type of skill, or maybe they just never had the opportunity. Maybe they just never had anybody to show them or tell them how to do it, which is unfortunate, But you don't have to stay there in that position forever. You can always progress, learn better, get better. And, with the help of the internet, the possibilities are unlimited. You can always connect with people worldwide now, because you have social media. And one of the things, the power of social media, in my opinion, is that you can connect with people worldwide. You can reconnect with people from college and high school, or whether you was in the military, or whether you were an athlete. So you can reconnect with people that you lost contact with by just searching their name today. And that's the power of the internet. You can reconnect with people. Now, some people might say it's too much communication, which I agree with that, to a certain extent, because the tool is only good as the user. But I digress. But you know, another thing you have to another way to recognize that you have a true friend is they tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Because a lot of people that you have around you, especially within your family, they're kind of afraid, or either, I would say, don't want to hurt your feelings. So sometimes they will kind of not tell you the truth, because a lot of people have a bunch of ass kisses around them as well. Like some friends you might have, they'll just tell you what you want to hear to pump you up, like little Johnny or something like that. But real friends will tell you the truth, right? And a lot of people are conditioned to lie to people. They'll tell them exactly what they want to hear because they don't want to seem like, well, I don't want this person to get mad at me. You know, I want to stay on their good side. You know, so I'll just go along and get along. But the real friends tell you what you need to hear. They're not going to bullshit you. Now, you might not like, now, depending on what type of person you are, because a lot of people love the lie. They love hearing the lie. They don't really want to hear the truth. A lot of people are very irrational when it comes to this. They kind of want to live the lie. You know, they're in denial about almost everything you can imagine. You know, from their relationships, to their jobs, to their kids, to their parents, to their friends. Anything that they hear, they'll rationalize it and make it seem like it's not a big deal. They'll downplay almost anything. And you probably have somebody like this in your life. Somebody that's either in your circle or even somebody in your family. They downplay anything and they'll blame the victim. They'll actually blame the victim. Like a couple years ago, I was in a car accident. Somebody actually hit me in the back when I was driving my car, and it was a hit and run, right? So I told a story to this woman that I knew at the time, where she asked me what happened. So I told her I was driving, and somebody hit me in the back, and when I pulled over, the person just kind of took a right turn behind me and hauled ass down the block. So, you know what she said? She said, maybe if you would have pulled over quick enough, they wouldn't have got away. So she was kind of trying to make it seem like, okay, if you, maybe it's your fault, because if you would have pulled over fast enough, they wouldn't have got away. And plus, she went on to say, if you wouldn't have been driving down that highway, maybe maybe you would have never been in the accident. So I said, okay, so now I can't drive down certain highways. You know, I mean, you could get in an accident anywhere. So this is the type of people, this is the type of mindset you have out here. A lot of people are cowards. You know, they'll downplay and pretty much come up with any scenario or anything you could probably think of to make it seem like it's your fault on why things happen. You know, things out of your control, they'll come up with some way to put a spin on it. And these people aren't your friends. They don't have your best interests. So, and it's very dangerous to be around people that's like this, that's like that. People that downplay things that happen to you, or downplay, even if it's something positive, they'll downplay it. It's very dangerous to be around people that's like that, because they're liable. They'll do anything at any given time. They're unpredictable because they have a lot of fear in them, and they're very cowardly, based on my experience. So you don't want to be around. You don't want to spend a lot of time around people like this. I know it's easier said than done, because a lot of these people are in your family, or it might be your cousin or something like that, close cousin, first or second, third cousin. So limit your time to these people if they're in your family. If they're your friends, just cut them off. Go out and find some new friends if you have to. But they'll justify almost anything and make it seem like it's your fault and try to make you feel bad. So get rid of these people. So your real friend tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And the last thing is, there's I don't talk to people. It's hard for me to keep in contact with people all the time. But there's at least 3 people that I touch base with, I keep in contact with every so often. I don't keep in contact with them every week or every 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. I don't have to. But there's some people I can maybe visit once a year, twice a year, and I know they would be there for me. It don't have anything to me being in contact with them all the time, but I know if shit hit the fan, they would do whatever, because we have that type of relationship. We have that type of bond, and it goes deeper than just being friends. These people are it's like my family away from home, because we connected on such a deeper level than just talking about some bullshit. We talk about deep, in-depth conversations, stuff that's going on in the world, stuff that's going on in their family and my family, and stuff that's going on with them personally. So if you can't have a conversation with somebody like that, if you can't have conversations where that's below the surface with somebody without them feeling uncomfortable, they're not your friends. I have 3 people in my life. Like I said, I don't have to talk to them all the time, because if I'm in town or when I call them, it's like we pick back off where we left off at. It's like I've been knowing them for forever, but I've been really knowing them for 5, 10, 15 years. But it seems like we have such a great bond. It seems like we've been knowing each other forever. And I know that these people would be there for me because it's happened already. We've been there for each other. We've had deep, intimate conversations. So these people are your true friends, man. People that you can talk about anything. People that you can be vulnerable around. People that you don't have to feel ashamed to tell things to. So this is how you recognize if you have true friends. Outside of anything else, if you can't be yourself, if you can't talk to them about anything that's deep, intimate, anything that matters to you, or if you feel uncomfortable around them, or if they feel uncomfortable around some stuff that you're talking about, or just don't want to hear what you're talking about, you don't need to be around those type of people. You need to get the hell on. So that's how you recognize if you have true friends. So if you like what you heard, subscribe to my channel. Check out my blog, chooseyourrelationships.com. Until next time, Sharp Game is out. Peace.